I want to start my presentation by telling you a story about a young lady in a small community in Ibadan. Her name is Adejoke Lasisi. There was a problem in the community, and the problem was about waste blocking the waterways. And as a result of that, floods happen and it enters into people's home. So this lady identified this particular problem, and as a result of that, she started a gathering of young women in that same community. They started researching on how they can provide solution to the problem that they have in this particular community. And that lady now is turning waste to wealth. She's gathering nylons and poly bags and all of those things, and she's turning it into school bags. We all have responsibility towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. It is not only government alone. Youth have roles to play. And with that single thing that that lady did, she's what? Contributing her own quota towards the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals. SDG presently is at a crossroad. And then we have two decisions. It's either we go the high road or we go back to the low road. So the choice is ours. And in deciding to use the high road, we have roles to play. We heard about climate change and how it affects the environment. Weather conditions are affected by human activities. And these human activities include air pollution, improper disposal of waste. All of these things affect weather conditions. When these things affect weather conditions, that means there's a problem. Because when the weather conditions is not good, it becomes a problem for the planet and people within the planet. And now, because it causes problem for the environment and the people on the planet, right? We then need to move away from those things that causes problem. And that place that we are moving to is what is called the green economy. It's as simple as that. Now, in moving from where we are to where we want to go, we need skills. And then as a result of that, we need to do what? We need to reskill. Because for where we want to go, we need people who have an understanding of the skills that is required to get there. So what is the green economy? The green economy is simply put an economic activities that is connected with the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services that results in a better human well-being in the long term. So an example of the green economy is what we call renewable energy. What are the characteristics of the green economy? Number one, sustainability and resource efficiency. The green economy focuses on promoting sustainable practices that minimize the depletion of natural resources. Presently, what we have is the linear economy, where you produce, you make use of those things that have been produced, and then you dispose them. An example is the table water in front of us. We produce this water, we drink them, and what we do, we dispose. But what we want is a circular economy where what we produced after consumption, it's also reused. Because in the linear economy, when you drop it, it is causing problem for the environment. What opportunities do you think we have in the green economy for this, for table water? Recycling. So these are the skills that is needed, and these are one of the characteristics of the green economy. The first principle of the green economy is environmental responsibility. Activities in the green economy must be environmentally responsible. Number two, social inclusivity and equity. Communities that are most affected by climate change, there's a need for us to do what? Carry those communities along in the process of repairing the damage that has happened. Another thing is economic viability. From the ILO side, it is estimated that over 100 million jobs can be created by 2030 within the green economy, based on the last ILO estimates. So this is opportunities for us. But as we have said, the jobs will not be, it will not be successful without skills, because we need skills to do the job. If we said we will produce 100 computers and then we have only 10 people that can operate computer, what is then now the essence of the computers? So what are the skills required to thrive in the green economy? First, you need analytical skills. And young people must be able to assess complex and environmental challenges, analyze data, and develop innovative solutions. The second one is renewable energy expertise. Understanding and implementing various renewable energy technologies such as solar, wind, geothermal, and biomass. These are one of the few skills that you need for the green economy. The next one is sustainable design. You have to develop products and systems with minimal environmental impact. So in developing these green skills, what are the things that you need? They have said analytical skills is one of the skills that we need for the green economy. I've said renewable energy skills is one of the skills that we need for the green economy. But then the question is, how do you develop these skills? Number one, you need education and training. Number two, after education and training, you also have to submit yourself to mentorship and volunteering. Number three, you can join Green Skills Club. Now, where are these opportunities? Look at the renewable energy sector. Do you know solar panel installation is one of the green skills that we have? So solar panel installation is one of the green skills that we can take up. Then there are also people, we have seen what is involving about green buildings and architecture. People are building houses that are what? Environmentally friendly. Sustainable agriculture. Tourism, especially as it relates to forestation. These are skills. Waste management. When you take up roles in recycling management, waste reduction, consulting, and of course the entirety of the circular economy, all of these are skills that are necessary for us to transit from where we are to where we want to go. How do we get these opportunities? We have talked about the skills that is needed. We have talked about the areas where you can get these skills. And then, how do you assess opportunities? Now you have the skills. Just imagine that now you have the skills. How do you assess the opportunities? There are different portals, different job portals that are majorly concentrated on posting green jobs. And one of those portals include Green Skills Portal. And one of also the opportunities is also networking, green transportation, sustainable materials. All of these are opportunities that are lined up for us within the economy. There are startups and green initiatives in Nigeria. There are also government initiatives that's majorly concentrated on creating jobs within the green economy.
Thank you so much, sir. So I want to ask you a question. Where do we get these learning opportunities? Now there's a gap. We've agreed that young people need these skills. They need to learn, they need to upskill. So where are the platforms, physical, virtual? So when we are living here, how do we access these platforms?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. I would start by first stating what the International Labour Organization is doing in Nigeria. So the digital economy and the green economy are one of the economy that the National Youth Employment Action Plan has identified as one of the pathway to creating employment for young people in Nigeria. And in supporting the implementation of that action plan, we have done a series of researches, and one of those researches includes identifying the demand and supply gap within the digital economy and also within the green economy. There's this real skills gap, and then in bridging this gap, we have also identified the skills, the particular skills that young people should learn, the skills that the employers are demanding, and of course the skills that are already in supply, and where and how to bridge this gap. There's a portal called Green Skills for Youth. There's a Green Job Portal. All of these portals are dedicated to posting opportunities that exist within the green economy. Another thing is this: there are already traditional portals that we use. For example, LinkedIn. These are also places where we can get jobs that are related to green economy.
So I want to ask you a very interesting question. Let's say I want to go into having a green startup. Are there funds available for me? Do I have access to funds as a young person? And what are the requirements if they are such?
I know within the Ministry of Youth and Sports, there is a particular fund that has been dedicated to promote youth-led initiative in creating jobs and employment for youth. But this is not particular about the green economy. But when you're bringing something also within the green economy, it's always accepted. But then I know there's a trust deficit between the people and the government. And as a result of this trust deficit, people already conclude about the outcome of a process even when it has not started. But then as a result of that, we don't apply. I am also confirming that there are also funds within the Bank of Industry that is majorly aimed at supporting young businesses owned by young people.
Lastly, can you give us practical ways we can go green? How can I go green in what I currently do?
Thank you so much. There are different ways we can get involved. And one of those few ways that we can get involved is number one, we have talked about waste management. Improper disposal of waste is also contributing negatively to the environment, right? So we have personal responsibility to ensure that we dispose our waste properly. There's also the education part. There are people in our communities where these issues are prevalent, but they don't have access to the information. So now that we have access to the information, we can share the information with everyone. We can even organize community advocacy group, even at our own level, where we advocate that the things should be done properly, because sometimes another problem is that most of the people do not even understand the impact of whatever they are doing. So with the information that we have, we should take it to the people, let them see the negative impact of what they are doing, whether it's improper waste disposal or whether it's burning of fossil fuel. We should take the education forward.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for this session.